Smartest sports YouTuber, back with another video, and today we're going to talk about my favorite team, the Cincinnati Bengals, and how they're going to make the playoffs this year. I don't care what anyone has to say. You're a casual if you don't think they'll make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs this year. Unless Joe Burrow gets hurt, I guarantee the Bengals are making the playoffs this year. Let's start off with this. Reason one they'll make the playoffs. Fat Randy. Now, Fat Randy, aka Randy Bullock, he choked against the Chargers in the first game. He so-called pulled his hamstring, grabbed the wrong hamstring, and then he also missed a late kick in Indy that would have won the game too. So when you have an unreliable kicker like Fat Randy who can't make a 50-plus yarder to save his life, that's going to hurt your team a lot. Reason number two, competitive with the good teams. The Cincinnati Bengals last year beat the Titans, mollywopped them with all 5 starting offensive linemen out for that game, and they still beat the Titans. They lost a close game to the Colts. They had a big lead. They choked the big lead. And with that Colts defense, they had a great defense, and the Bengals had no problem moving the ball, even with the bad O-line. The Browns twice. 2 very close games with the Browns. One of them, the home game, they should have won. They let Baker Mayfield drive up the field 80 yards for basically in a minute with no timeouts. Game-winning touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Reason number 3, Frank Pollock. Now, people outside of Cincinnati don't even know who this is. He's an offensive line coach, one of the best in the NFL. He was there for the Bengals' best offensive line season in recent history, 2018. He was there. Joe Mixon had his best year by far. What Zach was thinking getting rid of Frank Pollock, but luckily he was able to bring him back. Reason number 4, the Bengals have a top 5 receiving core in the league. One of the best trio of wide receivers in the league. T. Higgins, his rookie year, just under 1,000 yards. With Joe Burrow missing 6.5 games. Tyler Boyd, nearly 1,000 yards again. And of course, the best rookie receiver, yes, the best rookie receiver, Jamar Chase, gonna be a superstar, reconnecting with Joe Burrow. The one weakness this Bengals passing game had was the deep passing game. They struggled with it. Jamar Chase is the perfect piece to fit that. He is a deep threat. He was Joe Burrow's best deep target in college. Reason number 5, 2 returning starting O-linemen from the start of last year. The Bengals are only returning 2 starting O-linemen that started in week 1. Trey Hopkins and Jonah Williams. And those were the 2 best that they had last year. Jonah Williams, good left tackle. Played his first season in the NFL. He played good. Trey Hopkins, he's alright. He's a decent center. Obviously, when you have garbage around you, you look better. People are going to act like you're better than you are, but Trey Hopkins is decent. Right guard, you're bringing in a rookie, Jackson Carman. I think he'll do pretty well. Riley Reef, you brought a veteran in. He's going to do good at right tackle. And then you got Quentin Spain at left guard. He's better than what they had last season. Reason number 6 they'll make the playoffs is Joe Burrow's momentum before the injury. Now, Joe Burrow's momentum before the injury, he was on a roll. 9 touchdowns, 2 picks in his last 5 games against 5 playoff teams. He was moving up and down in that game against Washington. They got stopped at the goal line, won their possessions, and they also missed 2 field goals in that game before Joe Burrow got hurt. So that's another thanks to Fat Randy missing 2 field goals. He had no problem moving the ball up and down against that great defense of Washington. So he's already shown the ability to move balls on great defenses without basically anything for an O-line. Reason number 7 the Bengals are going to make the playoffs this year. The additions on defense. You got DJ Reader, who got hurt early last year. One of the best run defending D tackles in the league. Mike Hilton from the Steelers. Best slot corner in the league. If not the best, top 3. Great run defender too. He's a playmaker. He just finds ways to make plays. Trey Hendrickson. You replace Carl Lawson with Trey Hendrickson. We'll see if Trey Hendrickson can duplicate his season from last year. He'll have some not as many sacks, but hopefully he'll have like 9 or 10 in that range. That would be great. Trey Waynes was hurt all of last year. He was a big signing a year ago. He got hurt before the season. He missed the whole season. Chidobe Awuzie, if I'm saying that right, from the Cowboys, 25 years old, very athletic. I like what the Bengals did. They let go of William Jackson, and they got Chidobe Awuzie and Mike Hilton, basically for the price they would have to pay William Jackson. So I love what they did there. They basically just switched out William Jackson for those two, and I think that's a great deal. And, of course, the best player on the team, Jesse Bates. I think he's the best safety in football, but if you don't want to say that, he's at least top 3. Graded highest by PFF, and it's kind of hard to make plays as a safety as much as he's capable of making when they had the historically bad pass rush last year. So with a better pass rush this year, Jesse Bates is going to make a lot more plays.
And the offensive line is going to be
near average level. That's good enough. I think they'll be around average. I think they can do average with the line they got now. The receiving core, like I said, top 5 trio in the league. Joe Burrow's going to have a great bounce back season. He's going to win comeback player of the year. That defense is going to improve. They've been focused on getting a lot of great run defenders, because in the division you got Cleveland with a two-headed monster in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and obviously you got Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins is probably going to have a big year for the Ravens. And you're probably thinking, if the Bengals are making the playoffs and who's finishing last in the division? Well, that's the Pittsburgh Steelers, but we'll go into that in another video. But the Steelers are finishing in last place. There's no doubt about it. Their team just isn't as good as the Bengals. It's that simple. And for the Bengals record, I got them going 10-7. And you might think that's crazy, but I'll go through their schedule and show you the games that they will win. Week 1 versus the Vikings, they're definitely going to win that game. Week 2 at the Bears, they'll win that game. Week 3 at the Steelers, they'll lose that game. Week 4 versus the Jags, they'll win that game. So don't be surprised. The Bengals will start off 3-1. They could start off 4-0, but I got them starting off 3-1. Week 5 versus the Packers, I got them losing. Week 6 at the Lions, I got them winning. Week 7 at the Ravens, that's a loss. Week 8 at the Jets, that's a win. Week 9 versus the Browns, that's a win. Week 11 at the Raiders, that's a win. Week 12 versus the Steelers at home, that's a win. Week 13 versus the Chargers at home, that's a win. Week 14 versus the 49ers at home, that's a loss. Week 15 at the Broncos, that's a win. Week 16 versus the Ravens at home, that's a loss.
Week 17 versus the Chiefs, that's a loss. Week 18 at the Browns, that's a loss.
Their record being 10-7, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're 11-6, because I wouldn't be surprised if they split with the Ravens. I could see that happening very easily. So expect a 10-7, 11-6 season from the Bengals. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you just listen to the smartest sports YouTuber on the planet, and I'm out.